First John 5 verse 4. First John 5 verse 4. It says, for whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world. And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. Whatsoever. Beautiful word. Whatsoever. It means it is irrespective of your background, educational background, family background, national background. Whatever, whatsoever is born, the only condition is born of God. So you may be a loser, you may be a vagrant, you may be a loser, a down and outer, you may be a debtor, but once you are born of God, you can overcome everything that is in this world. It doesn't matter. See, some of you, you have used your background as an excuse yourself in many things. You can't do math. It's your background. Your father died early. You can't do science. Your father died early. You can't do English. Your father died early. And then your mother divorced your father and left your father. And your father had to go for another woman. And the women that he brought, each of them was a wicked witch. But I'm happy for the word whatsoever, because it means that you may have come from a background where your mother and father were not together, or that your father left your mother early, or that they abandoned you under an articulator track. It doesn't matter. What is important is whether you are born of God. If you are born of God, brother, this series is your series. I said this series is your series, because you are going to overcome this world. And you overcome whatever is thrown at you. I never knew my father till I was 14. The other day I saw somebody say he never knew his father till he was 12 or so. I said, I've beaten you. To this day, I am grateful to my father that he didn't come. He shouldn't have come and didn't come, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't need that explanation. I'm glad that he didn't. Because by the time I met him, I've been born again. I've been born of God. I was a hard worker before I met him. I could wash, I could iron, I could clean, I could scrub, I could do everything. I was respectful. My stepmother never had even one moment of, you have not done this, you are not respectful, you didn't do this. Never. By the time I came to my father, I was a proper born again, born of God whatsoever. Yes. There I was, moving from day to day. My father told me to go to Achimota. I was born again enough to obey him and do what he wanted me to do. And I went to Achimota school. When I was in primary school, going to secondary school, my mother said go to Infanspim. I went to change it. And I mean, a loving mother too. When the results came and I had got Prempe, he said, oh, your uncle is there. It's good. He is in Bantama, which is also not far from Prempe, so it's not a bad idea. You see. But it was a blessing, because the first week, I went to SU, and I never looked back in Prempe College. And when I met my father, I was going to sixth form. I had done O level. He said, choose Achimota. I chose Achimota. My born again whatsoever is born of God experience had made me an obedient child. And it was in Achimota school that I met Bishop Dag Heward-Mills. And it is in meeting Bishop Dag Heward-Mills that I stand in front of you today. A blessed man, anointed, a mighty man, one of the mighty men of Kabzeel. You have to be born of God. These games you are playing, that you are a Christian and you're Christian, Papa, no. It doesn't help you because we are here dang. I'm telling you that the world is a dark place. Bible says that the whole world lieth in wickedness. We are seeing easy how. But me the say. So I say whatsoever into your school new one call university or whatsoever they are and born of God, it can work. Now we are born of God. If something will happen, because this world, no, you will overcome it. Because what it takes to overcome in this world is given to you because you are born of God. Most of us don't have this thing. It's like as if you are not born of God, as if you are not say I'm born again. Recitation will be. But the one who's really born again, this thing will happen. He says, and this, then he tells you that what have you got? Once you have found you have really been born of God, there is something that everybody can have, which he says is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish. Whosoever, no, it's I come again, no, whatsoever, whosoever is the same thing. This one cried here, whatsoever, no, it's even more than whosoever. Is as if it's almost like a human being. Whosoever, whatsoever. It can mean your business, it can mean your job, it can mean your marriage, it can be your ministry. It's a what? Is your ministry born of God, or is just a jealous establishment of something to rival somebody? Is it born of God? Any vision born of God will beat everything in this world. Any church born of God will beat anything in this world. Any center born of God will beat anything in this world. They will say that it's only Muslims that are here, but you'll be surprised that 1,000 people will stream into your church. They will say these days people don't like going for rehearsal and they don't want to join choir. But is your choir born of God? If it is born of God, you'll be surprised that a 300-member choir will be standing to minister. I like the whatsoever because it cuts across anything. Your marriage, even your faith. Whatsoever. Even your faith. Even. It means that even your faith cry means that it's like it's not anything big. It's like Gideon now they are born again and it can work. Does anybody have faith? This is what I'm going to be treating and ushering you into. Because the kind of testimonies I'm experiencing in these few days of people who have believed in the word that was preached and acted upon it, it's too much. It's too much. And your testimony is coming too. Why don't I also have testimony? Your faith, even your faith. Even your faith. Even your faith. Faith na wana. Unyamia osum no da ono no beji o unyamia osum da ono no be. How does it begin? I want the beginning part. Shadin na me suro.
Shadi na me
Lord Jesus mo the same God that you serve, shedding. You see, be strong in the Lord. Be strong. Be strong in your faith. The same faith, yeah, which is not so they are born again, no. John